I'm Sylvia Earle. I'm explorer-in-residence at the National Geographic, and here I get to go do what I love, explore the ocean. But I also get to do things like work on books. And this one, the Atlas of the Ocean. It's the Ocean and Illustrated Atlas that was done with my geologist colleague and longtime friend, Linda Glover, and with dozens of the best minds we could enlist to help fill out some of the unknowns about the ocean, to speak on issues such as global warming, El Nino, the effects of what we're putting into the atmosphere that are affecting the ocean and causing the ocean to become acidic. I love this book because for me, when people say, well, how long did it take you to do it? I say, well, you can either count it by the number of years recently, 2 years or 50 years. My whole life is in some ways represented in this book. And the collective contributions from people from all over the world and the staff here at the National Geographic Society. It's amazing. An atlas should shine when it comes to maps. And that may be the thing that I love the most about this. This is the first time that the National Geographic has updated the seafloor maps that are shown in here. The bathymetry, first time in 30 years. So this is the best information that could be publicly made available. I think there's some better information in some of the deep dark files of the Navy and other parts of the world, but this is really good. Let me just show you one as an example. This is the Atlantic Ocean. You might notice here that the land is represented in a way that sort of puts it in the background. The ocean is what really shines. I love the fact that for this and other National Geographic atlases that feature the ocean really pops out at you. And you can see the configuration. The mountains do not stop at the beach. They continue right out into the sea. In fact, the greatest mountain chains in the world run down the Atlantic, the Pacific, the Indian Ocean, and as a continuous feature of the planet that most people didn't even suspect was there until fairly recently, into the 20th century. It was, when I was a kid, the existence of this big chain of mountains was not really well known. It was known that there were some rocks and mountains and things out there, but to see the definitive nature of it, that's been a gift from the 20th century to the present time, and it just keeps getting better. The other thing that this atlas really celebrates is the fact that the ocean is not just rocks and water. The ocean is alive. And one of the things that I particularly enjoyed about this was being able, as a biologist, to explain in a way that I hope becomes clear that the ocean has the greatest diversity of life on the planet, and there's some order to it. We actually tried here to show the kingdoms of life, and then the major divisions of the plants, animals, and the little guys, the microbes, that really explain, when you pick up something, well, where does it fit in the greater scheme of things? Is there some information about where sponges are relative to, say, a starfish? And how does that relate back to, I don't know, some of the seaweeds or the jellyfish? Here you get some idea of the nature of how things fall in place in terms of the big categories of life. The ocean has representation from essentially all of the major divisions of life. On the land, only about half occur, which highlights the importance of water. The poet Auden once said that thousands have lived without love. None have lived without water. And this Atlas of the Ocean really celebrates the importance of water to life on Earth, not just to the little critters and the big critters like fish and whales, but also to every person on the planet. Sometimes people say, why should I care about the ocean? I never see the ocean. I don't like to go sailing. I get seasick or whatever. But even if you've never touched the ocean touches you every day. With every drop of water you drink, every breath you take, you're connected to the sea. And that is explained and illustrated with these wonderful pictures, these great maps in the Atlas of the Ocean, with experts weighing in on their specific topics. Prince Albert from Monaco talking about the Oceanographic Museum and its importance to the Mediterranean Sea. And then that's followed by a beautiful rendition of great detail of the Mediterranean Sea. I just love this as a place you can get lost in exploring the depths of the ocean without getting wet. But I hope it also encourages people who do look at this book to want to go see the ocean for themselves and to explore. The wonderful thing is, at this point in history, anyone can be an explorer. You can in your backyard, but especially in your oceanic backyard. Less than 5% of the ocean has ever been seen, let alone explored. So dive into the book. It's like a guidebook to 97% of the water on the planet, to about that much of the biosphere. The ocean is where it's at. And jump in. See what the life on the planet is all about.